welcome to the 2025 Elizabeth Athletic Hall of Fame. Let's give yourselves another big round of applause. You've had dinner, you got a chance to connect with everybody that you haven't seen in a good while, and it's been a wonderful evening thus far. But now it's time to handle the business that we came to handle today, and that's honor our great honorees and our legends of the city of Elizabeth this evening. Come on, put your hands together for that. And for our first honoree, I want to introduce one of our board of directors. Please put your hands together for Mr. Michael O'Brace.
Our first honoree this evening is Alciedes Catanho. Born in Madeiras, Portugal, Alciedes Catanho is the proud 8th of 10 children in a hardworking family that immigrated to Elizabeth, New Jersey in 1976 when Alciedes was just 4 years old. What followed was a journey marked by perseverance, late-blooming talent, and remarkable achievement across multiple sports. Alciedes didn't begin playing organized sports until the 8th grade when he discovered basketball, a game that would immediately showcase his natural athleticism. He went on to have a phenomenal high school basketball career, losing only 5 games in 4 years. As a varsity starter, Alciedes helped lead Elizabeth High School to the Group 4 state championship, where he was named Most Valuable Player, and then went on to capture the coveted Tournament of Champions title, finishing as the #1 ranked team in New Jersey. In his senior year, he again guided the Minutemen to a Group 4 title, falling just short in the Tournament of Champions semifinal. For his contributions, Alciedes was named the first team All-State Group 4 and second team All-State overall. While basketball introduced Alciedes to competitive sports, it was football where he would rise to national recognition. He began playing football in his sophomore year and quickly made his presence felt. As a junior, he started at tight end and helped lead the team to a Group 4 state championship and #1 overall state ranking. By senior year, Alciedes had emerged as one of the most dominant two-way players in the state. He earned first-team All-State honors and was selected as a Street and Smith All-American. National recruiting outlets ranked him as the #1 tight end prospect in the country, a rare and prestigious honor. Alciedes continued his football journey at Rutgers University on a full scholarship. There, his versatility and football IQ led to a position switch from tight end to outside linebacker, where he flourished. He became a starting linebacker by his junior year and was voted defensive captain and earned the Fan Ease Award for excellence and leadership on and off the field. After college, Alciedes fulfilled a lifelong dream when he signed with the New England Patriots, beginning his professional football career in the NFL. He would later join the Washington Redskins before a career-ending injury during special teams play in the final game of the season brought his playing days to a close. Off the field, Alciedes has continued to embody the values of hard work and resilience. He is a devoted husband to Kara, a proud father to Ava and Johnny. Today, Alciedes is a successful entrepreneur running businesses in both retail and real estate. Congratulations, Alciedes. Salute.
Thank you all for being here tonight. Special night. It really is. It's great to see so many great people that had a part in my journey. I want to first thank the Hall of Fame committee for making this night possible. I'd like to thank all my teammates, because every last one of you had a part in why I'm up here today. Believe it. As a kid in Elizabeth, growing up, there was just so many great athletes that I looked up to. And I wanted to be like them. Ray G. Sr. One of the best athletes I've seen with my own eyes come out of Elizabeth. I know Gil Chapman's the greatest of all time, but I didn't see him personally. That's why I mentioned Ray G. Sr. And when I saw him play, I told myself, I want to play on that field he played on. So that made me hungry to achieve that goal. I would like to thank a few coaches, actually a bunch of coaches. I want to start off by thanking Mr. McGee, who was my first coach in organized sports basketball in 8th grade at Cleveland Middle School. Phil Colicchio, Randy Westrel, Coach LaRocca, Coach Candolino, Jerry Moore, Mac, O'Halloran, Von B. There's just too many to mention. But those are just a few that I want you guys to recognize that made me and many other athletes in this room. I want to thank Carlos Torres, who does so much. Who does so much for this community and for people that you guys will never hear of. There are stories that you guys will never hear of, things that he does. I'm honored to have a friend like him. I really am. I really am honored. I appreciate your friendship. You're like a brother to me. You really are. And thank you. There's two people I have to also mention that I could not leave here tonight without talking about. Malik and Ishmael Jackson. You guys taught me so much more than just how to play football and basketball. You guys taught me how to be a good person. Miss Jackson. You're like a second mother to me. I spent more time in her house than I did in mine because her cooking was good. That's the truth.
Where's Miss Jackson?
Yep. All right. Lastly, I would like to thank my family. My beautiful wife for 20 years. I don't know how she's put up with me for 20 years. My beautiful daughter Ava, my son Johnny. You know, now I'm living through them, you know, watching their journey and loving every second of it. I want to thank my brother-in-law Mark, my brother Louie, sister-in-law Katie, my niece Ashley for coming, spending this special night with me. I really do appreciate you guys. One last thing. None of this is possible without the guy above, right? So we always got to give thanks to the Lord, because without him, nothing is possible. And the last two people I would like to thank is
Miss Jackson?
my mom and dad. They're not here, but I know they're looking down on me and proud. I thank them. Good night.
Let's give Alciedes Catanho another big round of applause. So, a lot of the stuff here you're going to witness tonight and that you're going to see, that's why I'm too short for this, that you're going to see tonight. Go on our website and make sure you log on to ElizabethAthleticHOF.org, right? A lot of the pictures that we're taking, the legends that we're honoring tonight, they'll all be on that website. So make sure that you visit that website, you support the website, and you stay current of all our upcoming events and honors that we're going to be giving, because you know we're going to be doing a lot of different celebrations throughout the year leading up to the Athletic Hall of Fame annual event. So next up, are you ready for the next one? You're ready? Okay. Next up, to welcome our next honoree, please welcome one of our board of directors, Mr. Richard Shaughnessy.
All right, everybody, it's my honor to introduce the next honoree, Khaseem Greene, who I consider a very good friend of mine. Khaseem was born February 4th, 1989, and raised in Elizabeth. Khaseem Greene's life reflects perseverance, leadership, and hometown pride. Khaseem's football journey began in the city Pop Warner leagues, playing for both the PAL and later the Giants. It was clear early on that he wasn't just playing the game, he was learning how to lead, compete, elevate those around him. That leadership came to full view at Elizabeth High School, where he became one of the most dominating defensive players in program history. During his senior season, Khaseem recorded an incredible 117 tackles and helped guide the Elizabeth Minutemen to the Group 4 Section 2 championship. In one of the most iconic games in Elizabeth football history, the team secured a 14-9 win over Phillipsburg, sealed by a dramatic 50-yard bootleg run by Khaseem's late cousin and teammate Michael Dashy Ergel. That game and that season remains a defining moment in the city's rich athletic tradition. After high school, Khaseem attended Avon Old Farms in Connecticut for a postgraduate year to further sharpen his skills in academics. There he continued to evolve both as an athlete and a student of the game. His efforts led him to Rutgers University, where he transformation from a safety to a linebacker and set the stage for a historic college career. At Rutgers, Khaseem emerged as the heart and soul of the Scarlet Knights defense. He became the first player in school history to be named the Big East Player of the Year, not once, but twice. In his senior season, he posted 136 tackles, 6 sacks, and 6 forced fumbles, earning first-team All-American honors from both ESPN and the Walter Camp Football Foundation. He finished his career with 376 tackles, 5th all-times at Rutgers, and helped lead the program to multiple bowl appearances and national rankings during his tenure. 2013, Khaseem was drafted by the Chicago Bears in the 4th round. He played in 25 games over 2 seasons, making 44 tackles, recording 1 interception and 1 forced fumble. While injury shortened his time in the NFL, his impact and professionalism were never in question. But Khaseem's legacy didn't end with pros. He returned to Elizabeth and shifted his focus to empowering youth in his community. He founded the Khaseem Greene Dream Team, an AAU basketball program that became a launching pad for young athletes, many who went on to win sectional and state titles. He also began hosting free annual football camps for local youth, providing training, mentorship, and life lessons for hundreds of young athletes. Khaseem has also become a frequent motivational speaker, sharing his journey with students, athletes, and young people across New Jersey. He speaks openly about overcoming adversity, making tough decisions, and staying true to one's purpose. It's my honor to introduce Khaseem Greene.
Oh my God, man.
I got 2 minutes, right? Good evening, everybody.
Hold on, let me present this to you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Got some more hardware for the shelf, man. First of all, I just want to say thanks to everybody that's here. Thanks to everybody that nominated me. I'm a little nervous because, like Shaughnessy said, Elizabeth means everything to me. Ask anybody, anywhere I go. Elizabeth has always been me. Like that's who I am. That's what I stand for. That's what I represent. I see a lot of my coaches in here. Coach Larry, we got to talking a little bit. He reminded me of when I was wrestling for PAL. I never knew this. This first time he told me, he was like, "Yeah, I knew you was gonna be something because you hated to lose." It was like you was always so emotional when you lost. I didn't lose that much, by the way, but I did lose a couple times. I remember I wrestled a kid from Rahway, Caldwell, for the state championship, and he beat me. The Caldwells are a big wrestling family, but nonetheless, so I won't take up too much time with my 2 minutes. I want to say thank you to everybody, to my family, my mom, my dad's over there, my best friend Basim, my sisters. Aunt Penny, at Boo, they took me in as their own. I appreciate you all. Dang, I'm honored. When Rich called me, I thought he was lying. I'm like, what? Man, bro, I ain't been out of school that long. I'm going to the Hall of Fame already. He was like, yo, you're going in, man. You got nominated, you're going in. So I'm forever grateful, and I'm appreciative of that. The last thing I will say is, I got off track a little bit, just hearing, Rich mention my camps and all the stuff that I used to do. Some things deterred me a little bit, but I got off track. But I plan on, whether it's this summer or next summer, to bring back the free camp. And I know it's a lot of people in here, so we're gonna work this network. I'm gonna need some sponsors. I ain't in the league no more, so coming out my pocket on my own, can't do that no more. So I'm gonna need some sponsors, and I really hope that you guys will help out, because the youth is the most important thing to the success of the city, to the success of the people of this world. Without the youth, y'all see, everybody see what's going on, man. If we don't start and grab them and get them on the right path, and we're gonna lead ourselves to a path of destruction. So we're gonna bring the camps back. I'm gonna be involved with something. Look at my boy Cam. Cam was on my basketball team. Yeah, Cam was there. He was there when we had the dream team. But yeah, I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful from everybody. I appreciate it. To all the honorees, both past and the ones that are here now, man. We all laid the foundation of something great. I did a podcast last night. This dude was like, "Yo, I ain't know Elizabeth had." I was like, "What? Oh, we the city of champions, man. What you talking about? You don't know. You from Irvington? You really from Irvington? Nah, ain't no way you from Irvington and you don't know. You know what I'm saying?" So. This is an honor, and I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Khaseem Greene, one more time. On your tables, you're going to see a QR code. You'll be able to get the program, so get your cell phones out, and you can scan the QR code so you can get the program for the evening. Our next honoree of the evening, are you ready? Come on. Ibrahim Halsey. Please welcome John Brooks as he brings.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I definitely have the honor of honoring a great friend of mine. We go way back. Definitely go way back. Born in Newark, New Jersey, Ibrahim E.B. Halsey is the fourth of 10 children, born to Andre Johnson and Donna Halsey. In the summer of 1992, he moved to Elizabeth to live with his aunt and uncle, Phyllis and Brett Watt. Then was the president of Roselle Pop Warner, a decision that would shape his future in athletics and education. Halsey began playing football with the Elizabeth Rams and Elizabeth Packers before continuing through the Elizabeth Middle School program. At Elizabeth High School, Halsey quickly emerged as a four-sport varsity athlete, excelling in football, basketball, wrestling, and track. As a sophomore and junior, he played a key role in helping the Minutemen capture back-to-back state football championships in 1999 and 2000. He also excelled in wrestling, placing second in the district and fourth in the region at 189 pounds in just his first season. His senior year was the pinnacle of a decorated high school career. Halsey was named New Jersey Gatorade Player of the Year, Star Ledger Offense Player of the Year, Prep Star All-American, and Junior Heisman recipient. Honors that recognize both his athletic dominance and leadership. Recruited by over 60 Division I schools, he was ranked the 6th running back in the nation and ultimately committed to the University of Illinois. At Illinois, Halsey was named Newcomer of the Year as a true freshman and went on to become a 3-time team captain for Fighting Illinois. Yes. Known for his grit and versatility, he carved out a respected college career before injuries curtailed his opportunity to play professionally. In 2012, He joined the coaching staff at Elizabeth High School, where he helped lead the team to a state champion and undefeated season, 11-0, behind players like P.J. Walker and Jahad Thomas. After 10 seasons as an assistant coach, Halsey was named head football coach at Roselle High School in 2021, where he compiled a 17-15 record, won a regional invitational tournament title, and was named BCC Coach of the Year in his first season. He also launched Roselle's first wrestling team in decades to support year-round athletic development. In the summer of 2024, Halsey accepted the head coach position at South Brunswick High School, where he also leads the Crossroads Middle School wrestling team and the girls varsity flag football team, further expanding his impact on youth athletes. Off the field, Halsey is equally accomplished. After earning his BS in recreation, sport, tourism, with the focus of sports management from the University of Illinois, he began a career in education. He obtained a Master's of Science in Special Education from Grand Canyon University, earned his supervisor certificate from Thomas Edison University, and completed 33 postgraduate credits in educational leadership from Augusta University. He began teaching as a substitute and paraprofessional in Elizabeth and rose to become an in-class support teacher at Frank J. Ciccarelli Academy before being promoted to Assistant of Dean of Student Affairs in South Brunswick. A devoted husband and father, E.B. resides with his wife Lisa and their 4 children, Monica, Jalen, Liliana, and Isaac, as well as their granddaughter Scarlett. He enjoys traveling, music, camping, and spending quality time with his family. It's my honor to introduce my main man, E.B. Halsey.
Some trouble with the jacket. Sorry about that. Guys, you know, I don't want to be long-winded, but you know, I'm going to echo a lot of things you guys already heard. This is just a fabulous honor, and I got to first start off by giving all praise and all thanks to God. Without that, we would not be here. You know, as I look around this room, there's a lot of faces that contributed to why I'm here. A lot of role models, a lot of leadership, a lot of mentorship, and why I'm here. You know, I like to thank obviously my parents and then my aunt and uncle for opening up their house and introducing me to sports. And it was the summer of '92 when I first got involved with football and sports in general. And you know, I tell you, you know, Stan known me since I've been a whippersnapper. You know, Mr. Greene, I saw back there, you know, back in our school 1 days. Stan and those guys were at the college level coming back, you know, to have programs for us, you know, to keep us out of the streets and keep us involved in athletics. And that was big for us. You know, and we were a competitive bunch because we saw the people in front of us. You know, we saw the Malik Jacksons, we saw the Quinton Spotwoods, Assad Abdul Khaliqs, and those guys. And one thing that I will tell you with Elizabeth is we all know this is a very prideful town, right? And everybody can't wait till it's their time to show and prove, right? And that, for us, that's the standard. right? That's the standard. And as I sit up here as a testament to this, this award and these accolades, it's great, but I'm gonna tell you what, for the youth in here, the biggest thing that I can tell these young guys, right? The young man sitting back there, and I know you're on the team, and Malik, your youngest boy, don't be afraid of the work, the work. And our time now, right, it's different. Everybody say coaching's different these days, right? But it really isn't. It's about what you allow, what you teach, and what you accept, right? And I think, what him and I talk all the time, is we got to continue to find different ways to motivate these young guys to get the most out of this experience, okay? Sport was a vehicle for us all. Sport was a vehicle for us all to get to the next phase of our life. We can't play forever, right? We cannot play forever, okay? But, God gave you the strongest muscle in the world. It's your brain, right? And we as mentors have to make sure that the group that comes behind us understands how to use that thing the right way. Okay, and it's just an honor, it's a privilege. All of my coaching staff that's been here, Coach Moore, he allowed me, to come to camp in the 6th grade. I was a freaking ball boy. I just wanted to being in the locker room talking to Hakeem Stewart about his recruiting journey. And like I told the young man back there, okay, hang around people that you aspire to be, right? That's what you want to surround yourself with. Your circle needs to be people that inspire you, that motivate you to be great, okay? And I just want to thank you guys for being here. Carlos, you guys have done a fabulous job, man. You guys made this possible, right? Because y'all care. You guys are sacrificing time out of your day. Everybody's got a career, everybody's got a job, families, right? But you guys sacrificed and said, this is important. This has to happen. And I'm honored. Thank you.
One more time for E.B. Halsey. He took me all the way back to school one. Thank you, E.B., for telling my age and taking me back all the way back there. But that was a fast little joker. Woo! E.B. was like 8 and just fly right past you. The next honoree, I'm so honored to be able to just bring up the person that's going to introduce him, but I get a chance to spend every day with him in the Department of Recreation, and it is my honor to be able to celebrate him this evening. You can start clapping. Please welcome Hassan Abdallah as we honor Malik Jackson.
Good evening, everybody. I'm gonna go off script just for a few seconds. Hopefully the committee won't get upset with me. But if you really know me, you know I really respect my elders. And there's somebody here, you'll probably never get nominated for the Hall of Fame. You won't hear anything about his stats. But he was one of the greatest football players that ever played in Elizabeth. And people don't know. And it's so ironic, because another person on the committee, Josh, me and him must think alike. When we did the Gil Chapman honor, me and him was thinking about the same person, but he spoke before me and beat me to the punch. And I sat over there a little earlier, and I said the same thing. He said, I was going to say something. I said, well, I'll be quiet. He said, no. I beat you last time. You can go this time. So I'm just going to say this. We all talk about Gil. But when Gil was a sophomore, there was a guy who played in the backfield with him. He was a hell of an inspiration. Latif, stand up. Latif Noah. I don't know if y'all know. was a bad brother. He was a bad dude. He won't make the Hall of Fame or none of that, but he was a bad running back, and the reason I respect him, because he's a small guy like me, so he's inspirational. Now to the other man of the hour. Malik Jackson, born to Johnny and Deborah Jackson, and the proud younger brother of Jamil Jackson. Jamil, you next, don't worry about it. Malik Jackson attended Elizabeth High School from 1986 to 1990, leaving behind a legacy that few could rival. A multi-sport standout in football, basketball, and track, Malik's name became synonymous with excellence and championship pedigree. By the time he graduated, Malik was a 5-time state champion, earning 2 titles in football, 2 in basketball, 1 in track and field. As a high jumper, he soared to a personal best of 6'4" inches. On the basketball court, he was the 6th man on what is still considered the most successful team in Elizabeth High School history. In the Tournament of Champions final, Malik hit a go-ahead shot with 32 seconds left, leading the Minutemen to become the first public school to ever win the TOC title. But it was on the football field that Malik truly rose to legendary status. A dominant linebacker, a dynamic playmaker, his senior season was one of the most decorated in school history. He recorded 58 solo tackles, 42 assisted tackles, 4 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, rushed for 968 yards, 16 touchdowns, and averaged over 36 yards per punt. His wife must have wrote this, right? Malik was named first team All-State by both the Star-Ledger and the Associated Press. Super Prep Northeast Defensive Player of the Year, a Parade All-American Honorable Mention, and a Junior Heisman Trophy recipient. Widely considered one of the most highly recruited players in New Jersey, he capped his high school career with an appearance in the 1990 North-South All-Star Football Classic. Malik took his talents to Rutgers University, where he became a 4-year starter and defensive cornerstone. Just 2 weeks into his freshman camp, he was named a starter and went on to finish his career with 254 total tackles, currently 11th in school history, 11 interceptions, tied for 7th all time. He also shares the Rutgers record for the most interceptions in a single game with 3 versus Virginia Tech among his many collegiate honors. All Big East, 1991 first team. All East, 1991, second team, 1992, first team. Blue-Gray All-Star Game, defensive MVP, the only Rutgers player to ever earn this honor. After college, Malik continued his football journey with stints in the NFL, tryouts with the Atlanta Falcons and Philadelphia Eagles, the Canadian Football League in 1994, and the Arena Football League with the New Jersey Red Dogs in 1997. Off the field, Malik's commitment to service remained steadfast. He became a pillar in the Elizabeth community through his work with the Elizabeth Giants Youth Organization as co-founder of One Community Family, a nonprofit focused on neighborhood unity. His leadership also extended to the One Community, One Family Coalition, working to prevent substance misuse among local youth. Today, Malik serves as the Superintendent of Recreation for the City of Elizabeth, where he continues to uplift and engage residents of all backgrounds. He is supported by his loving wife, Baina Pretlow, and is a proud father to Jihad, 31, Naeem, 29, Tahir, 27, Yasin, 25, Zaid, 11, and now father-in-law to Naya, Jihad's wife. I would also like to add, I'm older than Malik, and as a relative of Malik, which I'm proud of, Malik taught me something watching him. Malik had boys before me. I have 3 sons now. But Malik set an example for me, because when I watched Malik and how he was with his boys every step of the way in athletics, how he was always present. I have another cousin, Laquan, same way. Always present in their boy's life. And that was an inspiration to me. Malik Jackson, please come up and accept your award.
I love you back. I love you back. So I'm not as well versed as EB or Alciedes and who else came before me? All you guys. Khaseem. I got a terrible memory. A lot of football collisions. Well, so bear with me for a second.
Penn State game.
Oh, Penn State game. I'm still looking for Sam Gash. Okay. So I think you're gonna hear a lot of the same stories that you have because Elizabeth is so rich in athletics and with great athletes, both men and women that come through. And I mean, not for nothing, I go back because I have another cousin from back in the day. His name is Gilly Moore, who's probably should be next on this Hall of Fame list. Then you got Mr. Grant. I mean, I remember watching the film that Coach Moore and used to leave around. And this was on the video, guys, for the young on the reel, right? So we had to kind of load it up. So I have to click, go back, click, go back, click. But yeah, the history of Elizabeth for athletics is second to none, to be honest with you. And I've been around the world, around the country playing football, and I hear the stories, and it's like, yeah, we would have kicked you out. My mom here, so I can't curse, but we would have kicked you know what. So, but yeah, it's an amazing story. I remember back in 1981 when we first won our a championship, when I was able to comprehend and watching Rodney Carter, I'm gonna say all the guys from downtown, but General Anthony Rose and Crushing and all them guys. I used to watch them go to practice, and they had the grays on, and they had the socks pulled up with the Minutemen, Elizabeth Minutemen, and I like, man, I just didn't want to pair them socks. But, you know, it was like you had to work to go get it, you know what I mean? So, you know, but anyway, let me know, I don't want to get in trouble for going over my 2 minutes that nobody will hear to, by the way. Yeah. But so first, I gotta give my thanks to my Lord, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, for allowing me to have the abilities that I have. You know, the fortitude to last as long as I did and accomplish the things that I did. So that's my first thing. This is my Lord. My second thing is got to go to the people that He entrusted, that God entrusted to be my parents. You know, my mother and my father is the greatest examples of parenting that you can possibly have. I recently, well, for me it seemed recently, but it's almost 2 years that I lost my dad, and I really didn't realize the impact that he had in Elizabeth until the day it was time to bury him. And we had a crowd of people that couldn't get in. Forget the crowd that was in, it was wall to wall packed. But the people that was outside, my cousin was like, yo, it's me, the people outside, they closed the gate. I said, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, the guy was loved. You know what I mean? But I started to understand once he passed away what the reason why is because he was straightforward, he was honest, and he was caring. You know, and Alciedes, Carlos, Kenny Vaughn, where you at, Kenny? All right, Kenny Vaughn, and who else here? So we lost a friend of ours, Jaleel Grady, Mike Negron, and Colin Thomas, who would have been here, but he had a tragedy in his family, so he didn't have the time to get off. But we was called Ain't No Joke, right? Ain't No Joke. But my father was a father to all of them. It was almost as like he treated us equal. It was no difference. So that type of mannerism, and then you have my mom who put up with all of us. She used to have to walk over us in the living room just to get to her bedroom. You know what I mean? So those are the type of parents that I come from where, you know, if you didn't have a place to stay, they would open the doors for. And I don't think we really locked our doors because we knew somebody was going to come in that needed the help. So that's the type of parents that I ended up with. And I thought that I learned how to be a dad, a man from my father, and I thought I knew how to love from my mother. But the reality of it was both of them. They love different, and they taught different. They made us responsible for different things, and ultimately it made me into the person that I am today, because without the balance of the two, because my dad was no nonsense, my mom was like, you can kind of get away with it a little bit, but if you try to too much, she can call my dad on you, so you might as well just do what she said. So, but that was the inside. The other. I also want to thank the woman that made me a husband, that made me a father, Baina Perlo. Wave your hand, please. I want to thank her for being a loving mother to my children. Hassan spoke briefly about my relationship with my sons, but to have a person, your partner, allow you to do the things that I've done to my sons. I torture my sons sometimes, but to allow me to have the freedom to do the things, and the understanding that it was for the betterment of them. I mean, it was for them to become men. She allowed me to do that. Now that I really thank her for that, because I know people who married to women who just won't let them do that, and I'll be like, this, she won't let you do what? But I don't understand it. My mom was the same way with my father. So for me, it seemed like it was just being passed down. And thank you very much, appreciate it. I speak of my boys, Jihad and his beautiful wife Naya. That's my only daughter, guys. So give her a round of applause, please. I got my militant son Naeem, my photogenic son, the photographer Tahir, my charismatic son Yassine, and then I got the baby of the bunch, Zay. I ain't gonna speak on him. He's someone else. But at any rate, I thank you for my family. Also, I want to acknowledge my siblings. My siblings, starting with Shalonda, my sister Shalonda, my sister Lakeisha, Akeem and Malcolm. They always supported me for everything I did.
Always been there.
So that's the baby of the bunch. So he's spoiled, rotten. Forgive him. I know. So notice I didn't mention. I know I didn't mention one person, but I'm gonna get to it in a second. But the reason I was able to be the person, the athlete I was, is really primarily with two people. All right, it's two people that pushed me to limits that no human being should probably have to go to, and that's Raymond Earl Graham III, Ishmael Jackson. All right, well, hold your applause for 1 second, because this is something that I got to get off my chest. They born on the same day, right? They a year apart, but they June 9th. So happy birthday, upcoming birthday to these guys, and on Monday to be their birthday. But it was torture growing up with them. They used to push me so hard, whereas I really thought it was normal for people to get, we used to ride our bikes to our aunt house and 2 cities over, and they used to try to leave me. And I'm like, I don't know what at the time what it was fascinating me. I had a bum bike, whatever, something like that. But I think now I know what I know. I think they really was trying to leave me. But I became when I was in 7th grade, Ray was in 9th, so I was the only 7th grader doing 9th grade workouts. When Jamil would come home, I would be his officer guard or tackle, and he would go through all his steps. But what I didn't know was that I was learning. What I didn't know was that no other 7th grader was doing what I was doing. And by the time I got to go against my peers, it was so easy that I thought my peers wasn't that good. And the reality was that them 2 guys put me at a level where nobody could touch me. So all the smoke that the guys that I played against is because of them. So if anybody want to get them, they be my guest. So I'm gonna wrap it up right now. am going to say this, that the legacy that we have is not dead. There is definitely many people out there that deserve this. For the people that's here, continue to support the Hall of Fame organization, and know that if you're out there, your turn to come. Right? Just be patient, and that it takes funding. Their goal was to get $1,000 for one person, and thank God they was able to do it for 4 people. So next year, we should make sure that they do it for 8 people, So, I'm a promise to be a part of whatever it is that they're doing, and I'm glad to be a part of the Hall of Fame family. Thank you.
One more time for Malik Jackson. We got the Department of Recreation here. Can y'all make some noise? Yes. I'm honored to be able to serve with him. That's my right hand in the Department of Recreation, and I get a chance to hear all his football stories and more every day. So it's an honor, and I'm so happy we're able to honor him tonight. I just want to tell you, the selection process is a very difficult process because there's a lot of people that get nominated to the Hall of Fame, and there's a lot of, when you look at the list, you're saying everybody's amazing, everybody's great, everybody's done something extraordinary. So the people who have made it to become a finalist and make that list, let me tell you, it's a very arduous and stressful task to get to that point, and we look forward to keep growing the Hall of Fame family, and it's we're happy that you all can join us and celebrate with us. The next honoree, I'm so honored to be able to say that we have this evening, and it's a young lady. Give it up for our ladies. All right? Oh yeah, the 5th woman to be honored in the Athletic Hall of Fame, and that's Alyssa Tiffany Lewis, who is extraordinary, and to welcome her and introduce her today, please welcome one of our board of directors, and the woman who actually makes all this possible, help us, it keeps us together, the mom of the group, Ms. Christina Morera. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm honored to serve as the only woman on the Elizabeth Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. While it comes with its unique moments, being part of celebrating our city's greatness has truly been very rewarding. I want to thank Councilman Torres for bringing the Hall of Fame back and inviting me to be part of it. We all felt it was extremely important to make sure female athletes were represented, and we received some amazing submissions that reflected their impact, and one of those submissions was Alyssa Tiffany Lewis. Born in Newark, Alyssa has lived a life defined by resilience, excellence, and the pursuit of greatness. The second of 7 children, Tiffany's life took a pivotal turn when her biological mother, who was just 15 years old, made the courageous decision to place her for adoption. That selfless act led Tiffany into the arms of Minnie Lewis, a devoted mother who gave her the foundation for a life filled with opportunity and success. Tiffany began her athletic journey at the age of 4, enrolling in dance class at Maria Pritka School of Dance and gymnastics training at Surgeons Elite. When she moved with her mother to Elizabeth at age 8, her passion for gymnastics grew alongside her commitment to academics and community. After attending private school through middle school, to accommodate her demanding training schedule, Tiffany enrolled at Elizabeth High School, Halsey House, in 10th grade, where she would shine as both a student and an athlete. At Elizabeth High School, Tiffany made her mark as a standout gymnast and competitive cheerleader, while also serving in the Marine ROTC program and being selected as a peer leader her senior year. Her achievements in gymnastics were nothing short of historic. 2004-2005 North Jersey Section 2 Gymnast of the Year, first team All-State in gymnastics, Union County Interscholastic Athletic Conference Scholar Athletic Award, first place all-around in 2005 Union County Championships, first place all-around 2005 North Jersey Section 4 Sectionals, Group 4 Sectionals, second place all-around in the New Jersey State Championship, Tiffany still holds several Elizabeth high school records in gymnastics, vault, bars, beams, floor, and all around. Beyond high school, she dominated the 2004 National Club Championships with first place finishes on bar, beam, and all around, earning the title of the 2004 New Jersey State Champion. Tiffany also excelled in track and field, capturing first place in the triple jump in 2003 North Jersey Sectionals, second place pole vault, and multiple relay titles at winter and spring championships. After graduating from Elizabeth High School, Tiffany earned her degree in public administration from Kean University and built a successful career in the biopharmaceutical industry, currently working as a senior project manager. She continues to mentoring aspiring gymnasts and previously managed a gymnastics facility in New Providence. Today, Tiffany is most proud of her role as mother to her beautiful son who is here with us tonight, Aspen, in his little tuxedo. And she is also an active member of Cathedral International Church in Perth Amboy, where she serves on the beautification ministry, bringing creativity and warmth to her spiritual community. It is our honor to induct Alyssa Tiffany Lewis into our Athletic Hall of Fame.
Try not to cry. I'm a crier. And I'm going to keep it to 2 minutes. I'm the gymnast, so I follow directions. Yeah, and I'm a woman. I have bullet points because, falling on my head 1,000 times, my memory's bad. So first, I want to thank God because without him, this wouldn't be possible. I quit 1,000 times over in my head. I quit 1,000 times over on my head. So to receive this honor, I'm greatly appreciative. Thank you to the committee for this great honor. Thank you to my high school coach, Evie Leonard, who's here. Without her, my gymnastics career wouldn't have been possible. A lot of you don't know me because gymnastics isn't a robust sport in Elizabeth, but I was happy to be able to bring my athleticism to the city and leave an impact on the community. Thank you to Coach Mack, who saw the crazy in me and challenged me to pole. I see so much of me and him jumping off the couch doing.
Again, for Alyssa Tiffany Lewis. Next up, for another legend in our community who's going to join the Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm looking at him. He's the man. He serves our children each and every day. Our next honoree, Ishmael Medley. And to honor him this evening, please welcome Mr. Oscar Cortez.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for attending tonight's ceremony. I have the honor of speaking on Ishmael Medley, our 2025 Hall of Fame inductee. Born and raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey, to Linda Medley, a dedicated teacher at the Child Presbyterian Center and school administrator with the Elizabeth Public School System, and Larry Lateef Knowlton, an ex-Miniman and legendary PAL Pop Warner football and wrestling coach. An exceptional athlete, Medley excelled in football, wrestling, baseball at Elizabeth High School, earning his place among the school's all-time greats. On the football field, he was a dominant force. At age 16 years old, he captained the Minutemen to the 1999 state championship, leading one of Coach Jerry Moore's most memorable teams in program history. Known for his superior instincts, hard-hitting, and leadership, Medley was named First Team All-State, All-Group, Union County Defensive Player of the Year, and earned a spot in the prestigious New York versus New Jersey Governor's Bowl. Medley finished his football career as a two-time state champion, 97 and 99, and one of the top-ranked linebackers in New Jersey. Medley was equally impressive on the mat. A 4-year varsity starter, Medley was a 3-time New Jersey State Tournament champion qualifier, Region 3 champion, 2-time Union County champion, and earned Most Outstanding Wrestler honors at the 2000 Union County Tournament. His high school career was highlighted by signature victories over state champion Danny Garay in the regional finals and the 5th place at the New Jersey State Wrestling Tournament. Medley's wrestling accomplishments ranked him 4th all-time in school history. On the baseball diamond, Medley batted .435 with 21 career home runs. A powerful and clutch hitter, Medley even sometimes pitched for the Minutemen, gathering a career 5-2 record. Medley's versatility on the diamond earned him first-team All-Group, All-County, and was selected to play in New Jersey's North versus South All-Star Classic in 2000. Following high school, Medley attended the Hunt School of Princeton, where he broke the single-season rushing record, 1,166 yards, and was named both Star Ledger Prep Defensive Player of the Year and Trentonian Offensive Player of the Year. He continued his athletic career at Rutgers University, where he was a 4-year letter winner, the recipient of the Mark Mills Award and Rutgers 2005 Special Teams Player of the Year. Medley's impact extends well beyond his playing days. He began his coaching career as an assistant at Ferris High School in 2006. Medley then coached at New Brunswick High School before returning to Elizabeth High School as the defensive coordinator in 2011. Under his leadership, the Minutemen reached back-to-back state finals, including an undefeated 11-0 season in 2012, capturing the North 2 Group 5 state title. As head coach of the Elizabeth High School wrestling team, Medley has transformed the team into a well-respected program. Medley became the first coach in school history to surpass 100 career coaching victories. His leadership has earned him two-time District 11 Coach of the Year honors, 2018 and 2020, and Region 4 Coach of the Year honors in 2020. Medley produced the school's first state championship in over 70 years. Wow. Isabella Santos. Currently, Medley serves as school counselor at Thomas A. Edison Academy, where he continues to mentor, educate, and inspire the next generation. A cum laude graduate at Rutgers University with a degree in African Studies and a master's in school counseling from Capella University, he has dedicated nearly 2 decades to the Elizabeth Public Schools, beginning his journey as a paraprofessional in 2006. Medley remains deeply motivated by his 2 children, Lanesia and Imari, and granddaughter Olivia. It is my honor to introduce Ishmael Medley, 2025 inductee into the Elizabeth Hall of Fame.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for putting this together. It's a wonderful event, beautiful night. A lot of people out here that I haven't seen in years, and I'm just appreciative of that. Carlos, thanks for putting this together. Second, I'd like to thank my parents. My mom, thank you for holding it down for so many years. Thank you for instilling values in me. A lot of toughness, a lot of grit, a lot of smartness comes from your side of the DNA. My dad, the athletic side, the leadership, the gift of gab comes from your side of the DNA. But I love both of you dearly. Pops, you're a big part of why I'm standing here today. You were a mentor to and a father figure to a lot of the kids of Elizabeth growing up through the PAL system. You don't know the impact that you have on several of my friends. They still talk about you to this day. Every time they see me, they ask about you. You left a great impact. And when I look at my life, and I looked at my mom being a teacher for so many years, and I look at you for giving back to the PAL and the city of Elizabeth and pouring into the kids, and I see that in myself. And I just look back and I see that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just thankful of you two for instilling that part in me. So, thank you. I love you. Next, I'd like to thank all my sisters for being my support system and being there and sharing things and working out, doing workouts with me that my father made y'all do to get me better. My sister, Taisha, for making me tough. I give her a lot of credit because we had some wars up in the Bayway Maverick Manor apartment. We had a lot of wars that my mother had to come and break up. But I appreciate you and I thank you for making me the man I am today. Always. I got a lot of coaches to thank. PAL coaches, Coach Cornell, Coach Peppy, Coach Dominique, Coach Starkland, a lot of guys that helped me come up through the PAL rankings when my dad wasn't around. Those guys kept everything intact. So I gotta give them their flowers even though they're not here. Next, I would like to thank my football high school coaches. Coach Moore, thank you for giving your all, pouring your all into a lot of us that's sitting in this chair today. You definitely deserve the flowers. Thank Coach O, Coach Matt. I see Coach Greene in here. Thank all of you guys. Jamie, I probably still owe you some money from some Giants tickets. Thank you that you didn't call me asking for no money because I'm broke. But I'd like to thank all you guys for pouring into me. Last but not least, Coach Jackson, Coach Ishmael Jackson. I owe you a lot, and not just on the football field, being a linebacker coach and bringing back the techniques and the lessons that you learned at Rutgers. But a lot of people don't know this. When I graduated Rutgers, well, I didn't graduate yet. I had one class left, and it was wrestling season. Jamil was one of the assistant coaches. And this is what really made me earn my respect as a man and as a coach. He gave me his second whole stipend to come back and volunteer coach when I was in college. And I definitely appreciate that. And let me know what kind of man he was to give me his whole second stipend when he had plans for that. And he had family to pay for bills. He donated that to me, and I really appreciate that, Coach. I want to thank my prep school coach who's not here, the Hunter Princeton. He took a gamble on me. Inner city kid going to school in Princeton. Didn't have the best scores, but he gave me another chance. And that helped me propel to Rutgers, and definitely took advantage of the opportunity that I got at Rutgers. Also, who's not with us, Coach Terry Murray. He's a mentor to me. He's a mentor to a couple other people that's still sitting in here. Coach Halsey, Coach Isaiah Halsey in the back, Malcolm Jackson, Akeem Jackson. We love them dearly. Couldn't be here with us tonight. Also, I want to thank Coach Candolino for hiring me and trusting me to run this Elizabeth Wrestling program. And giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Again, last but not least, I want to thank all my family members again for being my backbone, supporting me. Kelly, thank you for allowing me to still coach and holding down the fort with my junior. I know he's a piece of work, and I thank you so much for that. Also like to thank the man above for blessing me and giving me, you know, all the tools that I need to be successful and to give back to my community and do the right things. And hopefully my book will remain open. I'm not done. I still have some boxes to check that I didn't check in the athletic, in my athletic department, with me as a coach. And my dad always keep pushing me. He keep pushing me, stay in my ear once a week about going back to school and getting my administrative certificate to keep moving up the ladder. And he's been my backbone since I've been born. He's been pushing me, and that's my next goal in life is to become an athletic director somewhere in New Jersey. Thank you.
That are going to be getting scholarships this evening. So we're going to get through these inductees, but please remain seated and let's honor our young people when it's their time to come up, because we have a lot of amazing young people to celebrate this evening. So again, let's give them another big round of applause. They're here. We're going to celebrate them, so no fear. So the next man we're going to honor, I thought we were only honoring him this evening. I saw all his ads in the book. But our next honoree is Quinton Spotwood, and to welcome him, please welcome Mr. Vito Mazza.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome. There's a lot of love in this room this evening. And if you think about it, you say, why? And I think the common denominator is Elizabeth, you know? Back in June, we honored Gil Chapman at Del Porto. It was our first event. I didn't really know Mr. Chapman. I heard stories about him, but I observed everyone in the room, and you saw people hugging each other and embracing each other. So there was a lot of love present because of Elizabeth. Back in March, we had a mid-year mixer for the 1990 team, which we're honoring tonight as well. And again, I knew one person from the 1990 team, and of course the coaches. And as everyone walked in the room that evening, you saw a lot of hugs and a lot of love because of Elizabeth. Tonight, I met a few people. They didn't know me, I didn't know them. But when people introduced us, we hugged like we knew each other because of Elizabeth. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot of love for the young man I'm going to present tonight, and that's Quinton Spotwood. Thank you. Born in Newark, New Jersey, Quinton Spotwood was raised in Elizabeth alongside his mother, Vernez, and sister, Lakeisha. Elizabeth became the foundation of his values: hard work, resilience, and community. He attended Lafayette Elementary and Middle School, where his love for sports took hold through baseball, basketball, football, and track. At Elizabeth High School, Spotwood emerged as a rare four-sport varsity athlete. In football, he transitioned from quarterback to wide receiver and quickly established himself as one of the most electrifying players in the state. He led Union County in receptions and touchdowns, earning titles such as Parade All-American, High School Heisman winner, First Team All-State, and Team Captain. He was recruited by over 100 Division I programs. And if you were roaming the high schools back in 1996, it was a very exciting time to see all those coaches who were on Channel 7 and ESPN roam the hallways. And then Coach Moore would say, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Go to class!" And we got to go back to class. But it was definitely an exciting time. All right? In baseball, Quinton was a starter on the 1997 state championship team, known for his clutch hitting and outfield defense. On the basketball court, he helped lead the Minutemen to a sectional championship. And on the track, he earned first team all-county honors in the 100-meter and the 200-meter dash, displaying his elite speed that carried into all of his sports. Academically, Spotwood was a standout in the classroom as well, balancing his demanding athletic schedule with honors coursework and leadership roles. He was named a peer leader and received local recognition for academic and athletic excellence. His achievements led him to earn a full athletic scholarship to Syracuse University, where he majored in human development. At Syracuse, Spotwood made an immediate impact as a true freshman starter. Over the course of his career, he became a 3-time Big East champion, a team captain, all Big East first team selection, and special teams player of the year. He tied an NCAA record with 4 punt return touchdowns, earning All-American honors and a place on the All-Gridiron Greats team. He graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Human Development, reflecting his commitment to leadership and youth development. Professionally, Spotwood played with the Miami Dolphins, the New York Giants, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL, carrying the same passion and work ethic to the game's highest level. Following his playing career, Spotwood became a mentor and coach, giving back to his community. He has coached Pop Warner baseball and basketball, emphasizing confidence, discipline, and life skills. He went on to coach at Hillside High School and Shabazz High School, and in 2023 returned to his alma mater, Elizabeth High School varsity football, where he now helps guide the next generation of Minutemen. Spotwood is also the creator of Spotwood Sports Magazine, a platform celebrating the past, present, and future of Elizabeth athletics. He is a devoted husband to Yasmin, a former EHS cheerleader, and proud father to Elijah, Chaz, and Maya. Today, he finds joy in family life, cheering on his kids from the sidelines and continuing to uplift his hometown through sports and service. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the 2025 Elizabeth Athletic Hall of Fame, Mr. Quinton Spotwood.
Spoken in front of a mic in 30 years, so pardon.
Pick it up.
Suck it up, buddy.
First, sound like Coach Moore. First and foremost, I thank God for everything, the struggles included. Hall of Fame committee, Carlos, Stan, Christina, I appreciate it. Coaches, start off, Candelino, Kalik, Costello, Coach Moore. A lot of people didn't realize in high school, middle school too, my parents weren't around, so it was just me and my sister. A lot of coaches, I know they kind of whispered, you know, little things. Nobody said anything, but not Coach Moore. He didn't give a damn. He just pushed you and pushed you. But I needed that. I didn't want to pout. I didn't want to soak in sorrow. So that was big. I appreciate you, Coach. Also, Jamie Moore drove me up to Syracuse my first time going there. And with my mother being in prison, a lot of people didn't know that during the time. I always thought that something would happen where I can't go to Syracuse. Like they would just say, hey, we can't take you. You're, like, we're your parents. Who are you? So that came true, and I'm thankful for that. I'd like to thank Al Hawkins for pushing me. You know, no disrespect to Malik, Ray G, but that's the best three-sport star in Elizabeth history to me. Plain and simple, the Hawk. I'd like to thank Miss Akins, Mr. Akins, they're not here, for their assistance. Ahmed Ishmael Special, his family, they opened the doors for me, pushed me, trained me. My brothers around Elizabeth, Malik Jamil, Eli, Big Ray G, Miss Mason. I like to thank her. She was social media before social media. I know. Yeah. Everybody knows that, you know, after a game, you're gonna go over across from the Dun and see your clippings and pictures. That was big. That's what we all wanted to do. The Grazios. Everybody know. Miss G, Mr. G, like, you know, it's not too much I can say about them. They assisted everybody. Mr. G was the father figure. You know, I didn't have too many of them. I had to pick and choose at the time. You know, I was a kid, and staying focused is what got me to this point. Because without that and without the people that I chose to follow, then who knows where I would have been. Thank you, Miss G. Thank you. So the stewards, of course, Nanny, Miss Stewart, they took me in as a teenager. So a lot of people in Elizabeth assisted me knowingly and unknowingly to get to be the man that I am today. I appreciate it. My family, my mother, grandmother, they passed, but they instilled some things in me early. My sister, of course, without her, there's no Quinton Spotwood. Appreciate that. So, generational curses for me, it's a lot was broken. Like I said, you know, my parents wasn't there. My mother didn't get out of prison until I was a senior at Syracuse. So mind that, I'm playing and I'm in the papers and she's in prison. So I held a lot of that in, but like I said, that stuff drove me to be the best. Thank my wife, my children. Every day they teach me about love and life. That's what it's about for me now. I thank God for using me as a vessel to coach and mentor and lead the young people. That's important to me now. I don't think, you know, Najee Smith is in the back. Great kid, man. I don't think a lot of people don't understand when I first last year started coaching for Elizabeth, like every single, whether it was practice or game, I had tears in my eyes. Like I had to wear sunglasses because it was such a kind of a 360 moment going back to where I'm from, being a quintessential kid from Elizabeth. Like, and it's the passion that I had and seeing it in guys like Najee, it's like, you know, that's what I was meant to do, and that's where I was meant to do it at. So, I want to end up by saying, man, Najee, I'm glad you came here. This kid got a 4.6. He's a sophomore. He got over 5, 6, 7 offers from schools now. And what I like about the kid is I hear the stories. Everything he does, he wants to take care of his mother, his sisters. That story sounds too familiar. So he's good in my book. And I want to tell him and my children, in order to succeed, you have to fail. You can't cut that line. So put in the work, and I'm proud of y'all. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Great night. Give it up one more time for Quinton Spotwood. Been a whole lot of tears shed on this stage tonight. All right, we're there. And now, to present the 1990 team, Elizabeth Minutemen, please welcome Josh Rosenfeld.
First of all, I want to thank everybody again for attending. To Carlos, I have one thing to say, and that is that we're going to need a bigger room next year. I'm going to go off script here. I'm sorry about that, but I don't read so good. So, first of all, I want to congratulate all of the inductees. A lot of you have thanked us from the committee for making this possible, but I think we want to thank you for making this necessary. There's some great people out there. There's still some more great ones to get in. I want to talk briefly about two of them. And I know they've already been inducted. Some of you know my father, who taught in the Elizabeth Public Schools for 40 years. Started taking me to Williams Field in the 50s when they had wooden bleachers. Used to go to every game. And when my dad passed away, I called Ben Candelino, and said, can you help me out here? Can you get me some athletes to serve as pallbearers at his funeral? And one of them happened to be the gentleman that was just up here, Quinton Spotwood. And now that I hear his story, it's interesting because I like to make jokes, and when we put him by the casket, I say, well, I know you got great hands. I don't got to worry about you dropping. But at an Elizabeth football game this year, I didn't go up to Quinton. He came up to me and said, remember me? And so we've got a bond. Also, Lateef, we're not done with you. Ish, you know, I've known your father longer than you have. Think about that. I went to high school with Lateef. Lateef, would you mind standing up again? I know Haas introduced him. I just want to show you something. Ish, I want you to stand up again. I want you both to stand up. I'm going to tell you right now, if I had to go to war, that's the guy I want. Number 26. Anyway, congratulations. You may not be a Hall of Fame football player, you're a Hall of Fame dad. You raised a great son, man. I also just want to take a second to honor our scholarship winners. A lot of people thought it was tough picking these Hall of Fame inductees, but look at the people who are going in. That wasn't as hard as picking the scholarship winners. We had, I don't know how many, 15, 16? We had all these applicants, and that to me was much more difficult than picking the Hall of Fame inductees. They all had to write essays, and one of them actually moved me to tears. And I just want you guys to know, I've had a great life, I've had a great career. I would trade places with any one of you. And I think a lot of people in this room feel the same. Let's talk about the team. When the Hall of Fame committee got back together, one of the first things we decided was that we were going to honor teams, not just individuals. And there were some great teams. Gil, you know that I went to high school with two of them. But this team was a natural. They won the Union County Championship. Let's give them a hand for that, come on. They won the Group 4 Championship, and then they kicked St. Anthony's butt in the Tournament of Champions. And for those of you who don't know, the Tournament of New Jersey has 6 groupings, 4 public school, 2 non-public. Tournament of Champions brought those 6 champions together for one tournament. I believe when Elizabeth beat St. Anthony was the second year of that tournament. Again, they're one of 4 public high schools to win it, because you know some of these factories, like that school down the port that I won't mention, and St. Anthony and some of these others, made it pretty tough. And that tournament became basically just for the non-public schools. But the fact that it's no longer in existence means that we may never get another Tournament of Champions winner from Elizabeth. So I want to congratulate you guys. That team had an All-American player, 7'2", 280, higher, I don't know. Luther Wright, who was a dominant high school player. He went to Seton Hall. He was drafted by the Utah Jazz. His NBA career didn't quite work out, but I remember back, I was living in Los Angeles, and there's a magazine called the Blue Ribbon Basketball Yearbook, which some of you may know. It's like a Bible for college basketball. And I opened it up, and there's Elizabeth High School, 7'2", Luther Wright. And I called my dad and said, who the hell is this guy? You know, where did he come from? Well, I started reading about him in USA Today. If you remember, USA Today did the national high school rankings, and they were in there every week. And I told Coach Candelino this story. I was living in California, but the first time I got to see them play, they were playing on national TV. This is a high school team in the 1989, 1990. And I happened to be in Houston, Texas for my former job. And I found a sports bar, and I begged them. I said, can you please put this high school game from New Jersey on? And I even offered to buy around the drinks for the bar, because they're all watching Texas sports. Most expensive high school game I've ever seen. But it was such a thrill to see my high school on national TV. Again, they beat a St. Anthony team that was coached by Bob Hurley, who is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, acknowledged as one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. Coach Candelino outcoached the hell out of him that game. And they had some great players too. They had a player named Roderick Rhodes, who went to Kentucky, All-American player. They also had a guy named Dan Hurley, who some of you know is the head coach at Connecticut, who claims he's the best effing coach in the game. I won't go any further than that, but one of the things that really impressed me about that team was how good they were when Luther wasn't on the floor. I've even had conversations with Benny. I said, I thought they were better, that they were so fast and so quick. And again, it was just a privilege and an honor to have that team, represent my school. We recently did an event in Elizabeth for March Madness where we honored that team. And one thing that really struck me from that was how close these guys were. I mean, you're seeing it all night tonight, but their camaraderie and how closely they got along. And I hope you guys continue to get together. My high school team, I graduated Thomas Jefferson. Are there any Thomas Jefferson graduates in this room? Thank God. 4? All right. 5. Sorry? One other thing I wanted to mention, my former job is I worked for the Los Angeles Lakers, and at one of our games when we played in New Jersey, Ray Korn, the athletic director, introduces me to Luther and says, can you bring him in the locker room after the game? And I did that. I don't know if he told any of the players that, but I brought him in there, and the look on some of these guys' faces, like Kareem even went back like that, and Luther was bigger than him. But I wish Luther could be here with us today. At least now maybe we'll all be able to get in one picture without him, but again, it's an honor for me to recognize and induct the 1990 Elizabeth High School basketball team. As I call your name, please come up. As I call your name, please come up and stay up here. First one is Michael Brennan, who I have to add, one of the greatest coaches in American history. That's American University history, but he coached at my alma mater. Michael. Next, Tyrone Brown. Yeah, somewhere in there. Alciedes Catanho, again. And by the way, I don't want to embarrass her, but Alcides' daughter is a freshman at East Brunswick. She was first team all GMC, and as a freshman, and I'm hoping that maybe somebody here has a spare apartment we can put her in so she can go to Elizabeth next year. Stefano Colella, Robert Cohen.
So thank you to the committee, thank you to Carlos, thank you to Christina, everyone that was involved in this tonight. It's a great night. To my wife and my family, Christina, who's here tonight, who's been at my side for 45 years.
There she goes.
You know, I have to thank her, my two sons, Stephen and David, who's not with us any longer, but who I'm sure is looking down at us, and even at a young age was at our games. And I'm sure he's happy for all the inductees tonight, and especially to my team. So I just had to say that, sorry. To a couple of other people, two of our biggest fans who are here tonight. I just want to acknowledge them. Richie Brennan, who is Mike's dad. I mean, I don't think there's a football game, basketball game, baseball game that he did not see all those years, and especially when we were coaching, and the guys up here with me tonight. And also Patty Mason. I know Quinton acknowledged her, but Patty's been our biggest fan and a teacher, and did so much for the kids in Elizabeth, so I just wanted to acknowledge her. To all the inductees, I have to say how proud I am. Some of you, I mean, I was fortunate to coach. I'm just so proud to see the men that you've all grown up and become. It is, as coaches and educators, obviously that's the most important thing for us. To the Jackson, Malik, Harris, Medleys, all the Elizabeth families. I don't want to slight anybody, but what a family history we have in this city. And we should all be so proud that we were fortunate enough to be able to be part and to host those people. To my 1990 team, what can I say that hasn't been said? We had a nice March Madness in March. That kind of works, right? And we did talk a little bit that night. And some of what I said tonight, I will say again. This was a special team. In Elizabeth Board of Education honored my 1985 basketball team, which had won the first state championship in Elizabeth in over 30 years. We beat Camden in 1985 who was ranked high in the country. And that night I said to those guys that, the one thing that I want to say is that we put Elizabeth back on the map. Well, this team put Elizabeth in the history books.
Again in 91.
Yeah, we beat him a couple of times. Jerry Moore, what's his name? What was the coach's name? Clarence Stern. Yeah, Clarence Stern. He was sending him articles and pictures. But truly, this 1990 team was truly special. We did something that nobody else ever accomplished in Elizabeth, and unfortunately, nobody else will have a chance to, and that's to win the Tournament of Champions. First Tournament of Champions was played in '89. We lost to St. Anthony's. A lot of the guys were on the team in '89. We came back in 1990, and we beat them, and we're one of only 4 teams, public school teams, in New Jersey that has ever won a Tournament of Champions. Everybody else was a Catholic school. It's done now, and hopefully somebody will resurrect it like we did with the Hall of Fame, because I think it's a mistake that we don't have a Tournament of Champions any longer. But besides that, it's obvious to see why we were so successful. I mean, you look at the guys here, everyone is here tonight from that team. I mean, just the team spirit and the team.
Good evening, everyone. Man, these student athletes definitely earned their $1,000 tonight. All right, good evening, everyone. It is both an honor and a privilege to present 4 $1,000 scholarships to a group of truly outstanding student athletes. Young people who have not only excelled in the classroom, but who have also shown leadership, dedication, and resilience through sports, service, and the arts. Before I call them up, when I call you up, just the student athletes, if you can just stand up here, we'll call all 4, and then the families can come up and take pictures. So first, it is my pleasure to recognize Michaela Philemon, a senior. A senior at Alexander Hamilton Preparatory Academy. Michaela has maintained an impressive 3.9 GPA, serves as vice president of her student council, and has been a dedicated member of the track and field team for 3 years. Her creativity shines just as brightly. She has danced at school since her sophomore year and even choreographed several school performances. This fall, Michaela will be attending Rowan University to continue her academic journey. Congratulations, Michaela. Next, we celebrate Jonathan Valentin, a dedicated and well-rounded student from Frank J. Siccarell Academy. Graduating with a 3.45 GPA, he has spent over 13 years playing baseball, serving as a youth athletic coach for the Elmora Youth League, a starting pitcher for the Garden State Rebels, and a champion in the franchise baseball U16 Summer League. In addition to his athletic achievements, Jonathan has devoted 10 years to music, earning a silver rating from the New Jersey Association for Jazz Education and becoming a state champion with the Elizabeth High School Marching Band. He plans to attend Kane University, where he will major in computational science and engineering with a concentration in cybersecurity. So make sure you take down his cell phone number. Congratulations, Jonathan. It is also a pleasure to award a scholarship to Daniela Estevez, a remarkable student from Thomas Jefferson Arts Academy. With a 3.93 GPA and membership in the National Honor Society, Daniela has demonstrated both academic excellence and strong character. She has been a dedicated athlete, participating in cross-country, indoor and outdoor track and field. Beyond athletics, she has made her mark behind the scenes as part of the stage crew for school concerts, contributing to the arts in meaningful ways. This fall, she will also attend Kane University to study architectural studies. Congratulations, Daniela. Finally, it is our honor to present the Hall of Fame Scholarship to Cameron McCrae, a standout senior at J. Christian Volvich Finance Academy. Cameron is graduating with a 4.0 GPA and has been a dedicated basketball player since middle school. This year, he was an essential part of the Elizabeth High School State Championship varsity basketball team. Cameron will be continuing his academic and athletic journey at my alma mater, St. Peter's University, where he plans to study architecture. We have no doubt that his discipline and drive will continue to lead him to success. Congratulations, Cameron. Let's give a round of applause to these four inspiring young individuals. They represent the very best of our community has to offer. We are so proud to support them as they take the next step in their journey. Thank you very much.
Don't leave, it's almost over, it's almost over. I just want to say sports save lives. I know what it has done for me. I don't know. We truly set the bar high this year, so I don't know how we're going to top this next year, but we're definitely going to try. I want to thank, as chairman, I want to thank my board for everything, all you guys do, all your hard work, all the long hours, but there's one individual that I would like to thank who truly made this possible and made it the easiest possible for us, doing most of the legwork, and that's Miss Mason. So Miss Mason, can you please come up? I want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. We want to thank you. This would not be possible without your help. So thank you, Ms. Mason. And last but not least, I want to thank the man who gave me the blueprint. The blueprint. I talk to him every day. He told me how to do this. And that's Mr. John Moretti. John Moretti, come on up, John Moretti. Oh, John, come on up. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for putting this in my ear. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we're almost over. I know I'm the chairman, but she's the boss. She's the mother of our group, and I want to thank our committee person, Christina Marrera. Give her a round of applause for all the late nights, long weekends, and keeping us on point. Take the flowers, Christina. She's Portuguese, so she wanted sardines, but we gave her flowers. But ladies and gentlemen, underneath your chair, there's a sticker that says winner. Look under your chair. There's one chair that says winner. Get that ticket, bring it up here, and we have a prize for you. So everybody look under your chair. There's one ticket under each chair. I mean, each table. Each table has one